Hello and welcome to ZTV News. I am your host, Ethan Haddock.
And I'm Peyton Faulkner.
Here are some events that are going on this week. This week we have the ACT. It will take place on October 5th. We also have a lot of club meetings on October 4th. Young Democrats will be meeting in the CHS library. The Young Republicans will be meeting in the new makerspace, which is located in the STEM building. All meetings are held during Encore. This year, CHS has 8 new teachers. Let's hear from some of them about their experience so far.
I decided to be a teacher because I thought that it's really fun to give back to the school that I went to. I used to go to Claremore High School, and so after I graduated from college, I thought it would be really cool to come back and become part of the staff that gave me a lot from my high school experience. My biggest hobby outside of school is dance. I actually teach dance classes after school 3 days a week. So that's kind of what I grew up doing and what has stayed my hobby, and that's what got me interested in teaching.
Let's see, what made me want to apply to work at Claremore? Well, I think Claremore District is a great school. I like the kids here, and I live in Claremore, so go Zebras. What is my opinion about block scheduling? I enjoy it. I think it's a great opportunity to get students familiar with going to college because college has a lot of scheduling that's like here with the blocks, so I think that's a really great advantage.
I decided I wanted to be a teacher because in my previous job I really enjoyed the mentorship roles I got to have with the students that worked in the office that I worked in, and I wanted to pursue doing that some more. I attended college at Harding University and I got my degree in media production. My hobbies outside of school are reading, photography, more videography, hanging out with friends, being outdoors.
Are your students prepared for the ACT?
I guess there's only one way to find out, and we'll find out next week.
What have you done to prepare them for the ACT?
Well, we have a new program this year with EdReady. It's an online program that basically they take tests and they see where they're at, and then they go through and learn from those tests, like the objectives and what areas they need to do better at, and so they just work on those in class. We do that about 2 days a week.
What is it like a week before the ACT in your class?
It's that day, instead of doing the college and career portion, we are doing all ACT prep this week to get them ready to make sure that everybody does hopefully better than they anticipated.
This year we have 2 new assistant principals, Brooke Lee and Darren Grisham. Let's see what Mrs. Lee has to say about her new role.
I'm really enjoying it. I'm loving the new challenge of a new role and growing and learning something new and being a part of the high school. So I'm just really enjoying my year so far. I think I have a really good relationship with the students. It helps that I taught over at the junior high for the last 7 years, so I know quite a few kids up here, and it's been fun moving up here with them and getting to reconnect with former students and getting to meet students that I didn't have. So I would say my relationship with them is pretty good. Well, I spend a lot of time contact tracing and quarantining kids, which is my least favorite thing to do. So it's had a big impact on the year so far. I would say a couple years ago when I was teaching at the junior high, I had Mr. Young, the principal over there, kind of helped me see that is something I might be good at, and so I went back to school and got my master's, and was something that I've been working towards, and am glad I made that decision. Oh goodness, I just hope to see us continue to grow and have more programs implemented here at the school, and just be the best that we can be, and have some good school spirit come back now that COVID's, we've been dealing with COVID, but things are up and running again. And just for all the students and staff to be successful.
We have new charter buses for away games. Here's Coach Hurt telling us more.
I think our fleet had gotten a little bit old, and so we needed some new route buses, of course, to get students to and from school. And then, of course, it's always nice to have activity buses. You see other schools with those activity buses rolling down the road, and it's just a sense of pride for the community, and especially the students that are riding on those buses. So I'm thrilled to death that we have our own big old red activity bus now that our kids can roll down the road in style and feel good about themselves. I think it's just a sense of pride. It's all decked out in zebra colors with zebras and Claremore all over it, and so it just lets people know, hey, we're proud to be from Claremore. We're proud to be zebras, and it's like a rolling advertisement for our school district as it goes down the highway. Oh, those activity buses can hold a lot of folks on there, upwards of 60 kids at a time, so you can pack a lot of kids on there and get a lot of kids to and from their activities, whether it's the band rolling down the road or the baseball team, or the basketball team, or the ag, or whoever it might be. We can put a lot of students on there so we can get them to and fro in a safe manner.
We have a sports update from Peyton and Hunter. Let's go to them.
Do you like Claremore sports?
Then we got the perfect thing for you. High school softball regionals, October 7th. Be there. Varsity football at Collinsville,
October 8th.
Be there.
Varsity volleyball, October 5th.
Be there.
I'd say best sport to watch would probably be volleyball. I'm maybe a little biased, but it gets pretty intense, it gets pretty crazy, so that's definitely the most fun to watch. The most exciting part about being in the student section is just being surrounded by other people who are excited to be out there and cheer on the zebras. It's really fun. I also am probably biased. I'd say the volleyball team has the most chemistry. It's a great group of girls, very supportive, and everybody just supports everybody, and with a lot of good energy. So, the most exciting game so far this season would definitely be the first football game. The student section was crazy, the crowd was crazy. It was a really fun environment. Go to a concession snack. All right, you need a popcorn, you need a dill pickle, and a Diet Coke, always. By far, the biggest zebra supporter is Dougie Mosier. Up in the stands, you always hear him.
And finally, let's hear from band director David Mudd about this year's show, Mercury, which placed 5th at the Stallion Battalion.
Always trying to learn how to work on some fundamental things like learning how to play our instruments better, produce good characteristic quality sounds on our instruments.
Right.
Have a meaningful musical experience with our friends and just have a good time. And other fundamentals like learning how to march in the correct step style and just put on a good show.
I got you. So like just stay in motion, make memories, have a good time, stuff like that.
Yeah. The kids work hard all the time, and it's through that working hard and struggling together that they form bonds that last them through school and into adulthood.
Right.
I think the biggest part that I impact is just providing a consistent structure and an environment that's conducive to learning. That's the thing that the most impactful contribution I can make. Beyond that, picking the music that's appropriate for their skill level and designing a show that is meaningful and something that the kids can latch on to. Those types of things.
Okay.
When I was shopping different show ideas, this one was a show that was written by a guy that used to be the band director at I think it was Murray State University, and he has a catalog out there, and I just do a lot of listening, in the springtime, and this show jumped out as something that, one, I liked, and two, I felt like our kids could do and do well with.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's ZTV News for this week. Thanks for watching.
We'll see you next week.